fundamental aspect of being a meditator means, in fact, why we call you meditator, not something else. In a way, we can interpret the word meditation as a way of manufacturing what we call as ojas. When we eat food, digestion happens. Digestion manufactures the body in a certain way. The food that you eat, which is getting transformed into the physical body. For our physical existence here, having a well-manufactured body is important. But body by itself does not serve any purpose. In fact, body, as if you've known life, you know that can become a means of great suffering. The moment as I'm saying this, I know mind will say, but there is so much pleasure in the body too. Yes, body is capable of pleasure also. When we talk about meditation, we are seeing how to move these life forces which are using the food and manufacturing the body into manufacturing something much subtler than the physical body. Body is capable of immense suffering and also quite a lot of pleasure. But the limitations of the pleasure will be unfulfilling over a period of time. It is usually the expectation of pleasure which keeps people going, not the pleasure itself. Looking forward to it is more excitement than actually having it. So, whatever is little pleasurable in the body, we decorate it in so many ways. And in fact, in many ways, we make it not so easily attainable too. Socially, culturally, psychologically, we make the simple pleasures of body not so easily attainable because most of the excitement is only in looking forward to it. Now, the process of shifting the life forces into a different level of manufacture, instead of manufacturing physical body cells, when it begins to manufacture subtler energies which we call as ojas, then we say, you are in meditation. Instead of initiating people into just 15 minutes of shunya, which is self-contained in itself but not going beyond a certain aspect of energy. In terms of awareness, it's a wonderful tool. But in terms of energy, certain limitations have been put upon it because the people that we are initiating are not in any level of preparedness for higher or more intense manifestations of ojas. What ojas means is, it is the quality, the intensity and the volume of the ojas that you carry which makes the difference between one human being and another. Why one human being's presence seems to be so strong and transforming another human being's seems to be so weak and has no influence even on his own life is simply the kind or the amount of ojas that you carry with you. A meditator means somebody who has set up an industry of ojas, a manufacturing unit of ojas. But because right now these spiritual processes that have been taught to people, or being taught right now, is still being treated as just a side thing, that spiritual process has still not become a top level of priority in people's lives. It is quite limiting and frustrating to not allow people to go into higher states of energy and ojas. For a guru, it's quite frustrating to see and not do what is possible simply because people either don't have the necessary balance or preparedness or discipline, or they're still unable to understand the priorities that they need to allocate to different dimensions of their life. There are so many things that you can do to dissipate and to destroy the growth of Ojas in you. Various types of mental activity can do that. Certain types of physical activity can do that. Excessive sexuality can easily do that. Excessive indulgence in food can do that. Too much of stimulants can also do that. And being in contaminated atmospheres also may do that. So, going into processes which would enhance one's ojas and change the very fundamentals of their life, and also take a person to a completely different dimension of experience and joy within himself, blissfulness, which is not only his, which will be everybody's around him. Your meditation is not just about yourself. If 25 people in this hall truly become meditative, this whole town, without knowing why, they will all become peaceful. Without having any idea what is happening to them, there will be a certain sense of settling in them. So meditation is not just about yourself. The deeper one goes into it, the more of a device he becomes for everybody's well-being. It's not by blabbering good things that true peace and well-being will come, only when people carry the right kind of energy around them. Only when their ojas is such that 100 people can sit under your shadow and experience it, that truly well-being will happen. And there are quite a few of people here and in many places where I go who are experientially open, and they're capable of definitely generating higher possibilities of energy and sustaining it. They're capable, it's very clear. But this so-called modern education and modern sense of social life and things like this has made people absolutely fickle. They're unable to stay with anything, with any sense of… Except for money and sex, people don't stay on the track for anything. They don't stay on one track for anything for more than 3 days, they keep shifting and shifting and shifting. When they're in this kind of psychological instability, that it's almost becoming socially like this, that if you stick around with something, people around you say you're stuck with it. You should be shifting and shifting all the time. This shifting from this to that, whether it comes to their jobs, their priorities, their education, their relationships, people are constantly shifting. In the shifting, your energy also becomes unstable. There are various social supports that Eastern societies created for spiritual development. In one way, they have nothing to do with spirituality. At the same time, social supports were created for spiritual development in such a way that when people want to pursue, the necessary situation is there. The situation is not going against your internal longings. The situation is always conducive to what's happening within you. Socially, these kind of setups were made